All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome to those who are just tuning in for our second game here. So here on field one, we've got A1 Ladies, Past High versus Newtown. With me, I've got Matt Cook. Over to you, Cookie.
Thanks, Kirst. It's good to be back, and hopefully this one will be a cracking contest. Both teams missing a couple tonight, but again, a great opportunity for our juniors to step up and take the opportunity. As we see Newtown get us underway here with a sideline free hit. Casey Trost seems to be back tonight for Past High, playing up front. And Jessie Wallace back as well. I wasn't sure they were going to play this year, but good to see them back in the Toowoomba hockey environment. And also playing alongside a number of junior players. As we see Tori Thies now throwing it to an overlapping Emma Bradbury, who throws forward to Eloise McKenzie. Some nice, good early ball movement. Finch Mogg for Past High, throws it forward. Jessie Wallace intercepts strongly. Ooh, loses their footing, but wins a free hit. And Susie Fox will get us underway. So Deb Worthington throws it forward. Casey Trost beats one, slips it left. Amy Dovton intercepts, but unable to control. Emily McEwen on the left. Goes back to Edwards.
He's holding up the play, seeing who's making a move in front, and it goes to Susan Markison.
And up on field two in the men's game, we've got Red Lion up against North, a rematch of the grand final last year. So that promises to be an entertaining one, and we'll do our best to keep you up to date with the live scores. As we see Renee Bidgood on the ball in the midfield, she throws it out wide to Bettany. Bettany goes in to the midfield, eventually comes out to Amy Dovton on the right, goes down the line to Bidgood. Hits into the circle, McKenzie now picks it up, good skills. Bidgood now picks it up on the edge. Good tackle from McEwen.
Ooh, Bidgood getting it in there. Jamie Lee trying to make the trap, and it's just bounced off her stick onto her foot. Short corner to Newtown early in this game.
And it looks like it's Serena Robinson is the umpire down there. Didn't quite recognise her. And Chantel Manhire umpiring another game. So big thank you to our umpires tonight. So McKenzie now to inject. Dovton on the trap. Ross on the hit or the slap. Emma Potts on the left. Renee Bidgood on the right. And Tori Thies on the far right. Georgie Grigg in the goal tonight for Past High. Moo with the hit. Good save from Grigg, but back to Moo. She goes to the flick. A little bit comfortable there for Georgie, just swats it away.
Pushed away out to her right.
Away from danger. Good save from the goalkeeper. Gave her a second chance though with the first one. Ross goes out to Warriner.
Who straight to Vicky Green.
Vicky Green dumps it to Trost and Trost on the inside. Casey Trost does well to keep the ball. McEwen throws it forward to Vicky Green.
Brings it back. Trying to work their way into that circle. Strong defence by Newtown outside the circle, just not denying them any opportunities.
Amy Dobson takes that one quickly.
Touch by Hyatt. Puts it away from its intended target. Deb Worthington on the ball.
Good tackle from McKenzie. But equally another good tackle there from Worthington. Foxy, bit of a loose touch, but gets away with it. Pressured by Amanda Ross quite high up the field there for Mui. She's gone rogue. So looks like Mui's playing the midfield tonight. With Tammy Williams coming across to Newtown this year, gives her a bit of freedom maybe to play a bit higher up the field with another experienced player in their back line.
Timsy back there with Lyndall Warrener, who has one of the best eyes in the game. Reads play well. They'll just have to start working out their combinations.
Dovton gets away with it. Looks to find Thies. Thies just a little loose first touch. Gives Warrener the opportunity, but unable to connect, and Emma Bradbury will intercept. Throws it out wide. Worthington gets in front of Potts. Potts throws it down the line. Again, Bradbury to intercept, but just loses control and gives Casey Trost an opportunity.
Free hit's just outside the 25, so look to see if they're just going to charge for the circle. No, working it around.
Good interception from Potts. We mentioned new players that have moved to town. Emma Potts is relocated from New South Wales, so great to see some new members joining our association. Moo receives the ball in the midfield, but a loose first touch will give Panzeram an opportunity to intercept. She throws it forward, but Bettany does well to intercept. Pressured by Green, but gets it out to Thies. Good speed from Thies. She's a quick player. Throws it forward.
Potts is on the chase, but the ball's just got a little bit too much pace for her this time.
Warrener, back to Williams. Amanda Ross does enough, wins the free hit off Watson's foot. Mackenzie, back to Ross. Out to Dovton, to Bettany, down the line. But McEwen, intercepts. Ross now, opportunity, throws it to Dovton. Wins the short corner, and up on field 2, you might have heard a bit of a roar. Norths take the lead over Red Lion. Early goal for the men in green.
Newtown will be looking to better their last corner. They got their shots away but didn't get it in the net. Let's see if we can go one better and get it in this time.
Very similar setup this time. Ross on the slap this time, looking for a deflection, but into the feet of Tori Thies.
Imposing running connection of Jamie Lee and Susie coming out. A lot of pace on that run out.
And up on field 2, just like that, Red Lion pull a goal back. Plenty of goals up on field 2. Oh, Thies, unusual, but it's effective. And Mackenzie now with a bit of space ahead, cuts inside. Susie Markison, or Foxy as we call her, does well though to tackle. Finds Panzeram. Throws it forward.
Feet around.
And a sideline free hit to pass tie. Wallace goes across here to Worthington. Goes to Finch. Oh, Casey Trost with a steal. A good tackle. Well done from the Newtown defence.
And earned herself a free hit.
Good experience. Williams to Bettany. Just keeps it in. Looking for options. Throws it to
Congestion ahead.
Dovton.
Dovton does the work to get herself available.
Wins a free hit. Crash through, but Dovton just gets a touch, but McEwen will intercept the ball. Haley Achilles now on the field for Newtown. Wins the ball.
Making an immediate impact.
Past high players having a bit of a collision there. Warriner to Bradbury, but just first touch there from Bradbury. Lost control. Marcuson on the ball. Back to Wallace. Wallace to McEwen.
Trying to go for the touch, just didn't quite come off, but it's okay. Newtown also weren't quite able to control, so Past High retained the ball. Transfer with Newtown running hard to get there.
Well played from Past High, in and out and around. Into the midfield, then back out, then over to the other side. Able to find Marcuson. Wallace on the ball. Tackle from Wallace, holds up the play. Good steal there from Ross in the midfield, using her speed to burst away, throwing it forward to Dovton. Oh, Mackenzie then unable to control.
Good use of space, knowing where their players are going to be, not trying to just put it to where they are. Alright, Casey on the quick counter attack. Shut down by Warriner. Over to Ross in the middle, who gets it right.
So McEwen now to Wallace. Looking for options. She goes back to McEwen, but just unable to control that one cleanly, but gets away with it. Tori Thies just loses out there. She was sweating on it.
Perfect touch.
Tammy Williams with the interception does well, wins a free hit, pushes it forward early to Potts. But well tackled from Foxy. Foxy with the attempted overhead, doesn't quite come off, but Roper's there. Foxy forward, Kate Roper, she's got speed.
Strength on the ball.
Gets it into the circle. Casey Trost now with an opportunity on the backhand, shoots. And scores! Slips down the near post side of Bradbury. Great finish from Casey. Puts past High, 1-0 over Newtown. Great break down the right. Good run from young Kate Roper. She's only young, but he showed plenty of speed. Got it into the circle. And Casey Tross put the finish away. So Ross to Dobton. Dobton to Thies. Thies back to Dobton. Good ball movement. Dobton breaking into the circle. We'll look for a corner, but Wallace, great steal, great tackle.
Very well positioned, good strength in tackle.
And kept the ball in play.
Roper again, looking to use her pace. She's running a bit too far ahead of herself this time.
Mackenzie on the right. Some good skills from Mackenzie. Still going. Still going. Opportunity now for Thies with the shot. Good save from Georgie Grigg.
Potts on the ball, knocking it back to Thies, who'll try and work her way in.
Thies just knocks it out of play. And just like that, the first quarter's flown by. So Past Tie leading 1-0. Believe it's 1-1 up on field 2 between Norths and Red Lions, and we'll be back shortly for action in the second quarter.
It was an opening round statement from the champs, as the Red Lions showed they haven't lost their touch after making the Newtown boys pay on missed opportunities last weekend.
We just needed to control the ball more. We looked deadly when we controlled the ball. We played our tempo, but Red Lions are pretty hot this season.
We were under strength, so we called up a few of our reserve grade players and they did their job, and I guess the pre-season training is starting to come off.
The reigning premiers say they need to focus on doing the basics well if they're any chance on defeating Norths in tomorrow night's grand final rematch.
I think just coming in with the right attitude in the game, keeping to our game plans. I think our strongest is definitely in the midfield. We've got probably the strongest midfield in the comp.
In other games, Newtown will take on Past High in an attempt to claim their first win of the year. The boys say they'll need to get more points on the board if they want to be contenders this year.
Finishing in the circle, that was a pretty big letdown for us. We just couldn't finish in the circle. If we can finish in the circle, we'll be clinical, we'll get goals. That's how you win games.
Josh McPaul says training has been focusing on holding momentum against a younger side.
I haven't really seen them much, so I can't tell you too much about them. But they're going to be a good game, and we're ready to spring back off a 6-1 loss against Red Lions.
Lucas Saman, 7 News.
Toowoomba Hockey Club, your club for your community.
Toowoomba Hockey Club's the place where the excitement never stops. Hit the jackpot, Jack, you won't look back. You know they've got the light. Toowoomba Hockey Club. Go hockey, get lucky.
And welcome back to the second quarter here. Red Lions in their deep defence with Jamie Edwards. Past Tie is red, but it's the Past Tie red. Sorry, I was trying to say Red Lions up on field 2 have scored an early goal to take the lead 2-1 in that contest. And at Red Lions up on field 2 have scored another one. Bang, bang.
Point to prove. Newtown on the attack here in the ladies' game. Past try doing their job to keep the defence going.
Wallace on the ball. Throws it forward to Tross, but just unable to connect. Good interception from Green. Warner does well though, finds Mackenzie. To Ross. To Achilles. Running hard to win that, to get control of the ball. She goes into the circle hard. Jamie Edwards is well positioned. And a good pass to find Panzeram, but Warner will get there first. Wins the free hit.
Bettany on the ball. Good pass into the middle to Moo.
Goes into the circle. Mackenzie loves a tomahawk. She'll settle for the corner.
Lovely calm play. Just popped it
Yeah.
on the foot there. Better option when there was 3 past tie defenders back there.
Another short corner here, 3rd or 4th short corner here, I think, for Newtown. So they've gone the direct hit and then looked for a deflection on the right. Georgie Griggs been equal to the task so far tonight. Dobton, a little bit of a loose trap. Moo on the tomahawk. Shoots. Good save. Pretty good tomahawk there from Moo.
Nice, clean, kept it low.
Opportunity and another short corner. Good recovery there from Newtown. It wasn't a clean execution at the top, but generated a reasonable goal shot. And again, a good save from Georgie in the net. One of our stronger goalkeepers in the competition. 2 pretty handy goalkeepers on display tonight, actually. Both selected in the Queensland countryside last year. This time, Renee Bidgood from L1 shoots.
Shoots and scores.
And scores. I put the mocker on the keepers there, I think. And Renee Bidgood sneaks one past Georgie's near post.
It's two corners that we've seen in the 2 games where they've gone the one left direct shot and it's gone in the post, the near post. So
absolutely, Emily Payne in the first game put the nail in the coffin to put the 4 goals to 2, and then Renee Bidgood levels it up. One goal apiece here. Casey Tross takes it early. But well done from Newtown to intercept.
now they're on the attack. Gonna
Amy
push it up.
steaming forward. Achilles goes back. A little bit of a bubbly pass, but Tammy Williams will recover. Throws it forward. It's going to eventually get its way through to Tori Thies. Good skills, but well tackled there from Jamie. Jamie to Finch.
Good intercept, pops it on the foot, earns the hit. Looking to go back. Trost is just making it a bit threatening. Last high of numbers around that defence.
Looks to be a bit good here in the corner. Throws it over the back line. Just got her wires crossed with someone, I'm sure.
She thought Potts was going to go a bit harder in her lead than she did.
Well, loose touch from Foxy.
Chance for Newtown here. Dovton on the ball.
Good skills from Dobton, beats Fox. Throws it into the circle to Mackenzie.
Beautiful pick
Cuts
up.
in. Oh, just got her wires crossed with Dobton there. Panzeram nearly took her own teammate out there. In Watson. And a short corner force there from Newtown. Starting to get a little bit of momentum now, Newtown. Couple of corners.
Did get a little distracted for a moment there. Red Lions up in the men's game were on the attack and looked like a really good chance, but just didn't quite put it in.
Yeah, sneaky little left winger by the name of Craig Smith tonight for Red Lions. So he's having a run up front and nearly created a goal there, I think.
Newtown up to the top again.
Goes to the left
And
this
lay
time
off
to
left.
bid good. Back to the middle. Well done from Foxy. Watson just about keeps it in. Warner goes across, but Dobton does well. She got space now. Plays in the circle, looking for a touch. Achilles.
Well saved by Greg again.
Just smothered her angles there, Georgie. Smothered the striker. Another good opportunity for Newtown though. Past High need to tighten up their defence a little bit. Dobton now will get into the circle using her speed. Bit of an air swing. It's come off. Maybe it was a dummy.
Deception,
Yeah.
perhaps. I think it was an S.
And Past High cleared their lines. So Bettany now to get us underway here for Newtown. Opts to hit. Finds Ross in the midfield. Good skills from Ross. Great. Wins a free hit from Ross, sorry. Opts to hit into the circle. Opportunity. Couldn't get a touch on it. But a touch off a defender. So long corner.
Ross on the ball, back to Warriner. It's it wide to Bettany.
Intercept though. Get another chance, but another interception, bit of ping pong.
The third man obstruction. On the ball, an early pass to Amy.
Unable to connect their pass tie. They're just getting pegged back a little bit and stuck in their half for the last 5 minutes or so.
Casey Tross did make her way quite a lot further back than probably what she would expect to need to work to try and get that ball.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a tough one for the strikers. They want to come back and help their team and help out and get a touch of the ball, but when the strikers end up so deep, there's no options high to work the ball out. So it's a bit of a catch-22. As Tammy just hits one and Emma unable to control that one. Is a bit bobbly. We'll let her off. Finch here to get us underway for Past High. Goes in to Fox. Out to Edwards. Around to Panzeram. Up to McEwen. Inside ball there to Foxy, but good steal. Opportunity. Amanda Ross breaks forward, one-on-one here. Fake drag. Jamie Edwards got a right idea from Ross, just didn't quite execute the drag.
It's a defender drag.
Had a nosebleed, she was up too high.
I understand the panic.
Yeah. Ball's just thrown forward there.
Bit of scramble happening. Both teams just trying to get a bit of control here.
Mackenzie, good turn. Wins a free hit just outside. Throws it to Dobton. Dobton's going to go hard into the circle with a slap. Back to Mackenzie. She dragged back into Foxy though. Past Ty get away with that one. Jess Wallace with a bit of speed bursting through, but Warren does enough. McCurley Alt cuts inside, but Amy Dobton to the rescue for Newtown. Cuts in, wins the free hit.
Bradbury square left, if they can get it across. No, keep it down the right.
Warren to Mackenzie. Mackenzie throws it forward to Achilles. Off. Last touch off an attacker, so it'll be a 16-yard hit. Edwards gets us underway. Danny Watson. Does enough, wins a free hit.
There's Warrington on the sideline.
Great skills from Mackenzie. Well done from Mackenzie, well played. Out to Skews, but she wasn't able to get on the end of that one. Some nice quick hands from Mackenzie.
Definitely getting my call for the young gun at the moment.
Mackenzie.
Doing
Yeah,
a
she's
really
been
nice
pretty
job.
sharp tonight. But the only area of her game that I think she can sharpen up on is in that circle, the spatial awareness. A couple of times she's dragged back into a contest and Markison's got the better of her, but she's been good on the ball, eliminated well, won a few corners. Timsey does well, just turns it over though. Casey Trost is strong on the ball, wins a free hit. Casey Trost has taken this one. She's going to hit it in.
Probably to where she needed to be.
Ross back to Dovton, who's found herself in a fullback position, but she's just had a little bit of a loose first touch, and we'll give Past Tie a bit of a look in here in the attacking 25.
Just strong play, working away in. Earned a free hit just outside the circle.
Just outside the circle, only centimetres in it, I think. Running out of options, she just digs it out to McEwen, who throws it into the circle, but takes a touch off a defender, so that'll be a long corner. Some space now to play with. Hands around, goes to the top of the circle, but Ross does enough to delay the play.
Markison across to the right. Again, just trying to get that little bit of space.
Piece clears over the sideline.
Get it back, Kate, get it back.
Thies cuts inside, looks for options. She opts to go to the hit across, but Jamie Edwards intercepts. Good tackle, good strength there from Bradbury, but just a bit loose on the ball. Apologies if you heard that. So Molly McEwen entering the field, sister of Emily McEwen. It's good to see a bit of family connection there on the field tonight. You see Warren now bursting forward, throws it forward to Mackenzie on the right. Mackenzie looking for options. She goes hard out down to the pocket, finds Achilles into the circle. Amy Dovton now with a bit of space. She opts to shoot and she scores.
Scored. These on the post trying to make sure that if it was missing, she was going to get it.
Yeah,
But
just
I don't think she needed to. I
Maybe a
think it
touch off a defender. It looked a little bit bobbly and bouncy, but it was an awkward one for Georgie Grigg and maybe unsighted, but ultimately Amy Dovton gives Newtown the lead, 2-1.
they have had probably the bulk of the play. So
Yeah, certainly dominated this particular quarter.
do you think that it's probably just reward for the effort that they've been putting in? Let's see if Past High can use this last minute and a half to get one back. Markison's certainly doing her best to make that happen.
Yeah, she's a determined player, highly competitive. She'll be looking to get this goal back here for Past High.
Be nice to get it before the halftime break.
Just under 90 seconds to go now. A free hit to the defence. Warner out to Bettany. She has Dobton over to her right. Throws it to Dobton on the right. She's got Achilles high if she can find her. She does. 2v2 contest here. Achilles looking for her options.
Just needs her attacker to escape that defender. Dobton on the ball, 30 seconds to go. Cross to Bradbury. Pops it up the line.
Opportunity now. Looking for a deflection. Good ball across the face, but Panzer M did well to intercept. 10 seconds to go here. Dobton needs to take it quickly. Good awareness to get the ball into the circle. But Foxy to the rescue for Past High. Scrambled well.
At the halftime break, we've got Newtown 2, Past High 1. And up on the top field, we've got Red Lions up on Norths 3-1.
We'll be back soon, guys, for action in the second half.
Toowoomba Hockey Club, your club for your community.
Toowoomba Hockey Club's the place where the excitement never stops. Hit the jackpot, Jack, you won't look back. You know they've got the lot. Toowoomba Hockey Club. Go hockey, get lucky. Toowoomba Hockey Club. Go hockey, get lucky. Toowoomba Hockey Club. Go hockey, get lucky.
Toowoomba Hockey Club, Boundary Road, Toowoomba.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, You make me win in every way. You show me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah.
It was an opening round statement from the champs, as the Red Lions showed they haven't lost their touch after making the Newtown boys pay on missed opportunities last weekend.
We just needed to control the ball more. We looked deadly when we controlled the ball. We played our tempo, but Red Lions are pretty hot this season.
We were under strength, so we called up a few of our reserve grade players and they did their job, and yeah, I guess the pre-season training is starting to come off.
The reigning premiers say they need to focus on doing the basics well if they're any chance on defeating Norths in tomorrow night's grand final rematch.
I think just coming in with the right attitude in the game, keeping to our game plans. I think our strongest is definitely in the midfield. We've got probably the strongest midfield in the comp.
In other games, Newtown will take on Past High in an attempt to claim their first win of the year. The boys say they'll need to get more points on the board if they want to be contenders this year.
Finishing in the circle, that was a pretty big letdown for us. We just couldn't finish in the circle. If we can finish in the circle, we'll be clinical, we'll get goals. That's how you win games.
Josh McPaul says training has been focusing on holding momentum against a younger side.
I haven't really seen them much, so I can't tell you too much about them. But they're going to be a good game, and we're ready to spring back off a 6-1 loss against the Lions.
Lucas Saman, 7 News.
Toowoomba Hockey Club, your club for your community.
Toowoomba Hockey Club's the place where the excitement never stops. Hit the jackpot, Jack, you won't look back. You know they've got the light. Toowoomba Hockey Club. Go hockey, get lucky. Toowoomba Hockey Club. Go hockey, get lucky. Toowoomba Hockey Club. Go hockey, get lucky.
Toowoomba Hockey Club, Boundary Road, Toowoomba.
Welcome back to the second half here. Newtown leading 2-1 here in this A1 women's contest, proudly sponsored by Bus Queensland. Big thank you to Bus Queensland for helping out this year with their sponsorship. So an interesting first half, Kirsty. Was probably largely dominated by Newtown, but the scoreline doesn't really reflect that. It's still fairly close.
Yeah, I would definitely. Newtown were camped in their half. Past High really did have a lot of trouble clearing it out. They had a couple of opportunities and scored a goal, but yeah, definitely it was Newtown's half. We'll see if Past High's halftime chat might have an impact.
And from a Newtown perspective, what will they be looking to do more of in the second half?
I think they need to capitalise on their opportunities a bit more. They have had an awful lot of attack and have only achieved 2 goals from it. Probably, just need to make sure that their final, I guess their last movements up into the circle are a bit more effective. They also will need to be really conscious of that counter-attack, because it's always a risk, especially when you do camp up in your attacking zone. You start to get perhaps a little frustrated, and then lapses can occur, and the other team, they'll be looking to pounce on any opportunity they can.
Absolutely, and we saw probably the first goal from Past High was a counter-attack. Kate Roper bursting down the right, and Casey Trost ultimately able to get the finish. As we see Trost now, very physical, wins a free hit just outside, but Serena Robinson wants it repositioned. Oh, nearly a goal there up on field 2 for North. Ball into the top of the circle, bit of a goal now scramble. Wallace, free hit just outside.
Ross positioning herself just the minimum she can from the ball.
4.5. Good skills from Wallace. And just outside, another one just outside. Must be getting very, very close to a corner. Very crowded, very condensed. Casey Tross stops to go out to the right to get some width. Worthington throws it in. Ooh. Bradbury defending well.
Warren on the ball, moving it round. Williams out to Bettany. I think. See very well, but yes.
McEwen here for past tie. Sorry.
Red team.
The red team.
tie.
That is correct. It's been a big day. Shout out to Melissa McEwen, watching a bit more hockey on the wedding anniversary trip. I heard you're having a good time, but watching plenty of hockey on the live stream. I heard you were watching the Under-18 Nationals last night. Hope you guys are well, enjoying yourselves. Amanda Ross finds Amy Dovton, pressured by Emily McEwen, but Dovton gets away from her. Warren up. Back to Williams. Into Dovton.
I was trying to hold their structure. Dovton does a good job to get.
Great ball from Dovton out to Bradbury. Bradbury to Ross. Good skills from Ross.
Good skills.
Throws it into the circle. Opportunity, touch from Achilles. Too much of a touch. Defenders will get a chance to clear that one, and it'll be a long corner. Amanda Ross on the ball. Throws it forward. Opportunity now. This is a counter-attacking opportunity. Umpiring whistle just a little bit of a delay. Pass tie on the ball. Vicky Green to Jess Wallace. Wallace forward. Emma Bradbury though just gets a touch up high off her, so it'll be a free hit again to pass tie. Tori Thies intercepts for Newtown. Goes to the tomahawk down the line. Comes off. But Worthington will intercept for pass tie. She goes to Finch. Finch to Wallace. Wallace back to Finch. Bradbury intercepts for Newtown. Can't control it. And Danny Watson wins a free hit for pass tie.
Ulster really need to take this opportunity just to string a few passes together, work their way up.
Wallace on the ball. Goes to Panzeram, left defender. Opts to hit, doesn't quite get hold of it, but gets through to Green, but Tammy Williams will intercept. She'll find Dovton out on the right. Dovton goes down the line to Ross. Ross up against Roper. Ross looking for a striker, but unable to find one of their strikers and connect, so it'll be a 16-yard hit restart. Jamie Edwards to get us underway here for pass tie. She goes into Wallace. Good steal.
Teamwork there by Newtown.
Good work for Mackenzie.
Working together.
And Mackenzie's won a short corner, just clipped the foot. Make a nice little counter attack from Newtown.
Well, Fox hasn't made it back onto the field, trying to do an interchange, so they have to change up their regular runners. Good try, mate.
So Mackenzie here goes to L1. It's a bit good. She shoots. Takes a touch. Be a long corner here for Newtown. Space in front of Moo. And she passes it straight to Jess Wallace. Casey Tross breaking forward. Great tackle from Amanda Ross.
Newtown had plenty come back into defence. It was a really good effort, actually. Sometimes difficult after an attacking corner.
Ooh. Opportunity. Goalman scramble. Thies with the shot across the face. Emma Potts will put pressure though, but Watson will all clear for pass tie. Does enough, wins a free hit. Watson. Wallace on the ball. McEwen unable to control that one.
Madison on the ball. Back to Lyndall. Warriner. Changes the point of attack. Gets it across to Moo.
Tori Thies.
Thies working it into the circle, but well defended by Jamie Lee. Edwards pushing it out. Now pass tie on the attack.
Yep. And it appears to be up on field 2, a goal for North. So I believe that's 3 goals to 2, if I'm correct.
And they had those 2 early in the second half. I think Red Lions got a... Oh no, I forget. That was the second quarter, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. We'll endeavour to try and get in touch with someone up on field 2 and get a bit of a score update. So just got confirmation from the match directors up on field 2. It's amazing the people, when you know people, you can find out information, and it is 3 goals to 2 to Red Lions up on field 2. But Norths have just forced a short corner here, so they have a chance to level it up at 3 goals apiece. But back to the action here on field 1. Pass tie against Newtown. 2 goals to 1 for Newtown, but pass tie now with an attacking opportunity. Ball in the circle, Molly McEwen. Ooh. Unusual clearance to the other side, but ultimately they got away with it. Pass tie though, starting to build a little bit of pressure here on the Newtown defence. Pass tie here, still in the corner. Casey Trost on the ball. Throws it forward.
Shut down by Newtown, but they just can't get it out of that pocket. Both teams stuck in there.
Panzram goes down the line, but Achilles intercepts well. Strong on the ball, throws it into Dovton, back to Achilles. She goes down the line. But Jamie intercepts for past high.
Didn't quite get her angle right.
Kate Roper using her speed to run down the right, but she's just run out of room there.
Newtown on the transfer again. Gonna work their way out.
Yeah, really like to try and outlet down the right. Seems to be a bit of a theme.
Which I think maybe Casey Tross might have picked up on, and she timed her run nicely to intercept that.
So Roper throws it down into the pocket. McEwen, two young guns there on the right-hand side for past high. McEwen wins the free hit. Foxy with the big stick fake. Throws it into the circle.
Worked out for her. She's in the circle.
Chaos in there. Bit of a scramble.
Bounce and ball. No infringements yet.
Oh, it's all happening. And it's a short corner. Casey Tross and Timsey with a physical contest. Ultimately, a short corner's awarded. Two short corners actually at the moment. One on field 1 and one on field 2. A bit of 2 up for corners. We're going in or out here.
Out on top, out on bottom.
Oh, it's a save on field 2. So Brett Rollerson in the net for red line. God, makes a save. We'll see if Sarah Bradbury can do the same here. Ball's injected to the top. Laid off. Opportunity though. Tammy Williams out quickly. And Amy Dovton running hard to keep that ball in play. She'll hit it through. Tori Thies.
On the attack.
Cuts back, but Deb Worthington well defended from Deb. Thies again, chasing hard.
Didn't give up on that. Not the cleanest of tackles happening out there.
Bit of fatigue. It is only week 2. That'll be a 16-yard restart, no connection there. Probably not enough depth from the past high strikers there to stretch the Newtown defence out and create space. Tammy Williams now. Let's get us underway. She goes to Emma Bradbury at the left. Emma throws it up the line, just gets to Thies, but great tackle from Wallace. Wins a free hit. She hits it up into a one-on-one. Warner. Not their whistle, it's play on. Molly McEwen cuts it in. And we win a free hit just outside. Need to utilise the width and the depth to try and create space.
Not much movement happening up there. They might be leaving it for Casey to try and do it all herself. She'll give it her best shot.
Enters the circle, beats 1. Gets in there, an opportunity. Emma Bradbury gets in front of her sister Sarah Bradbury to make the save. A sister duo in defence for Newtown. Tross gets it in there. And you might be able to hear Emily McEwen on the sideline cheering her younger sister Molly. She was in there but wasn't able to capitalise, so we'll go into the break. Newtown 2-1 over past high. We'll be back shortly for action in the final quarter.
Toowoomba Hockey Club, your club for your community.
Toowoomba Hockey Club's the place where the excitement never stops. Hit the jackpot, Jack, you won't look back. You know they've got the lot. Toowoomba Hockey Club. Go hockey, get lucky. Toowoomba Hockey Club. Go hockey, get lucky. Toowoomba Hockey Club. Go hockey, get lucky.
Toowoomba Hockey Club, Boundary Road, Toowoomba.
It was was an opening round statement from the champs, as the Red Lions showed they haven't lost their touch after making the Newtown boys pay on missed opportunities last weekend.
We just needed to control the ball more. We looked deadly when we controlled the ball. We played our tempo, but Red Lions are pretty hot this season.
We were under strength, so we called up a few of our reserve grade players and they did their job, and I guess the pre-season training is starting to come off.
The reigning premiers say they need to focus on doing the basics well if they're any chance on defeating Norths in tomorrow night's grand final rematch.
I think just coming in with the right attitude in the game, keeping to our game plans. I think our strongest is definitely in the midfield. We've got probably the strongest midfield in the comp.
In other games, Newtown will take on Past High in an attempt to claim their first win of the year. The boys say they'll need to get more points on the board if they want to be contenders this year.
Finishing in the circle, that was a pretty big letdown for us. We just couldn't finish in the circle. If we can finish in the circle, we'll be clinical, we'll get goals. That's how you win games.
Heading into the final quarter, just a score update reminder, we've got Newtown ladies 2 over Past High 1, and up on the men's we've got Red Lions 3 over Norths 2. Past High on the ball here in the ladies game, looking to work their way up the field, try and earn back that deficit.
Great receive from Amy. Ball gets through here to Achilles. Can she find Mackenzie in the circle? Gets a touch at the top of the circle. The touch was off a foot, and it'll be a short corner here for Newtown. Now, Tammy Williams used to do a bit of hitting for Rangeville on the corners. Hasn't got the call up just quite yet for Newtown. She'll probably have to do a few at training, get a bit of confidence in her. But Amanda Ross seems to be the hitter of choice tonight. Had a couple of strikes on goal and a nice tomahawk as well. So again here, Mackenzie on the injection, a little bit wide this time, so Amy Dobson will go for the shot herself, but just too high from Amy. Not the most convincing save from Georgie in the net.
I think I might have given poor old Eloise the commentator's curse after I gave her a rap. She hasn't done an awful lot in this second half, so fourth quarter, maybe her time to step up again and time to shine.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think we'd love to hear from our viewers at home. So Kirsty obviously nominated Eloise as one of the players of the match, or the young guns to watch, and we'd love to hear from you at home. So if you've got a vote for player of the match, or young gun of the day, or even just a final score prediction, we'd love to hear from you. So don't be afraid to drop a comment down below and let us know your thoughts. Strong defending there from McEwen. Casey Trost uses her speed to go down the right. Tammy Williams good enough to thread the ball through to Amanda Ross.
Past High running hard, but probably could have done with propping a little bit earlier. Just get ready for that pass that was going to come out.
Now, great recognition of space there from Amy Dobson. She didn't run forward, she led wide and was able to get the ball and then thread it through to Mackenzie, and another short corner earned from Mackenzie.
Really great build-up play.
When the game opens up and then there's space, the composure and experience of Amanda Ross, Amy Dobson in that Newtown midfield is working well, particularly with the speed of Tori Thies as an attacking midfielder or a striker, and Eloise Mackenzie, a skillful striker. They're starting to look threatening, Newtown, and be interesting to see if they can continue with their combinations and continue to build. Currently undefeated this year after 1.5 games. Amanda Ross with a shot. She'll get another chance though, but dribbles into the stick of Foxy.
Another save by Georgie Greig there.
Yep.
Short corner. Plenty of shots happening though. It's probably a credit to Newtown to be getting shots off that fast defence that we were talking about earlier.
Absolutely. Tori Thies now with some skills, wins a free hit. Good to see a comment down below, so thanks, Nicole. She may be a little bit biased, but she's voted for Georgina Grigg in the net. Yes, she's done some great saves tonight.
Wasn't it nice that I just gave her a wrap? That's handy.
Foxy throws it up the line, but well intercepted from Newtown. Amy darts in front of her player, throws it to Moo.
Always enjoy a Foxy-Amy battle.
Yeah.
Neither are going to give an inch.
Some great midfield battles. Rachel McCready and Amy, always a good contest as well. Two fiery, feisty competitors. Don't take a backward step.
Newtown working it around, just changing the point of attack a couple of times. Do get it to Amy Doveton.
Into Amanda Ross.
Connection's really important for this Newtown team.
Oh, half a chance there if Achilles could intercept, but Amy Doveton picks it up. Edwards just finds a connection there. But Newtown will win the ball back. Maggie Pembroke joining the live stream. Hope you've recovered from COVID, Maggie. Hope you've been practicing your skills in the backyard. The ball goes all the way out to Tammy Williams, but free hit to past high. Jamie Edwards here to get us underway. She goes for the transfer. Round to Susie Markison. Markison out to Finch. Finch well tackled though from Tori Thies. She's got some speed. Can she throw it into space? Throws it to Amy Doveton. Amy with the shot. Just wide. Had Achilles on the post as well. Unable to get a touch. But Newtown just building a bit more pressure. Casey Tross gets a touch in the midfield, goes to McEwen.
Both teams putting a fair bit of effort in, bit of bodies coming into play.
Foxy and Moo in the midfield, battling hard, very physical.
Both with just one hand on the stick. Markison lucky to nope.
No, she's
appropriately perhaps having a little rest on the
yellow card, stick check. Probably just needed a break there, Foxy, so yeah. Self-imposed break maybe.
Yeah, that's right. She's not very fit, she probably needed a rest.
Yeah, definitely. Mackenzie on the ball, throws it forward into the circle, opportunity for Potts. Ooh. Shoots, but doesn't get a connection. So a free hit to the defence.
Newtown, past high really going to have to regroup now. That loss of their central midfielder will be real hole in their team. But they've got the people around that can fill those gaps. They just need to make sure that they keep their minds to it.
Amy Doveton into the circle. Mackenzie gets a touch. Mackenzie with another opportunity on the back end. She shoots, takes a deflection off a defender, takes a back stick, and that'll be a short corner. Now up on field 2, we've just had a goal. And it's a goal for Red Lions. So they take the lead 4-2 over Norths. Tight contest up there. We'll keep you up to date for all the scores. On field 1, another short corner. We've had plenty tonight.
Yeah. Newtown in particular. And lots. Had a couple of variations. mostly only went to the left when Bidgood was on. We've got Potts on the left at the moment, so it looks likely it'll be a straight.
Slap. Potts on the left layoff. McEwen had time to settle and clear. She finds Vicky Green.
Dufton almost makes it back. Just couldn't quite control it. Over the sideline for a pass tie hit.
And another short corner there. Amy Dovton does well. Puts it on the foot.
Ready for the injection by Newtown.
Another loose injection. Amy Dobson this time will shoot off the foot again, and another short corner.
Well recovered.
Dobson on the trap. Moo with the hit. And a goal!
Clean strike. Well done.
Great shot from Moo. 3 goals to 1 here.
So still a few more, a little bit longer to go with one player down. Newtown have done well to capitalise on that. Casey Tross taking that central role. Confusion, but pass try hit. See if they can keep possession for a little while, try and work their way back up into their attack. Turnover, and Newtown's on the run again. But Doveton out to Achilles. Achilles working her way down the right. Looking to get it across to that Doveton in the...
Great combination play. And another short corner. They love their entries down the right-hand side, and they've had plenty of success tonight. Maybe one for the other teams to take note. But they've been pretty good tonight, Newtown. Past tie, obviously missing a lot of players. Just brought the card up in front of me. So obviously Holly Gilbar's out with an injury. Erin McCurley-Olt's unavailable tonight. Beck Stark out. Sav Trapp at Nationals duty. So they'll be strong. Past tie when they welcome back those changes.
Quite a lot of depth that they're missing there.
And Bradbury there with a bit of a chip shot at the goal. But that being said, Newtown also have a few out. So from a Newtown perspective, Courtney Woodell out, and a couple of others filling up. So yeah, definitely plenty of talent from a past tie perspective to come back into the team, but a great opportunity for youngsters like Molly McEwen, who's on the ball now. Throws it to Watson. Kate Roper's had some minutes. Alyssa McCurley-Olt all getting some valuable minutes on the A1 field, and they'll be better for the experience. Kate Roper on A-grade debut into centre half.
She did the substitution with Susie Markinson earlier, which I found very Yeah, good on her. Let's go. We've got Amy Doveton off for a rest as well.
2-minute
Green
little
card.
sit-down frames.
Pass tie back to a full squad. Chosen to put Ebony Panzram on in place of Susie Markison.
Transfer now for pass tie. Edwards goes over to Wallace. Wallace does enough to win the free hit. Out to Mog on the right for pass tie.
Pass tie's connections just not coming off at the moment. Just need to settle themselves for the last 2.5 minutes. Really concentrate and try and finish hard. Build for next week. Well, next game anyway.
It's I think we always get caught up in, early results, but ultimately it's a sprint. It's a marathon, not a sprint, sorry. So, the season, it's not won in March or in April. It's about building the season. I think Rangeville A1 women probably a great example of it last year. Probably didn't get a lot of wins early in the piece, but built and peaked at the right time. So it's a good opportunity for these juniors to get exposure, get some confidence and keep building. Good signs for Newtown, but as we said, past tie, welcome back. Plenty of talent and plenty of depth over the coming weeks. And they'll be there or thereabouts come September.
It is past tie's first game for the season after the bye last week, so
absolutely
everyone just needs to take that little bit of time to get themselves back into the rhythm of their team. Even though most have probably been playing with Clogline Vale Challenge, it's always just a difference getting back into your club side.
Absolutely, yep. Welcoming some new players in, some returning players as well, so it's
always exciting as well. I enjoy really watching the young ones who've developed over the off season and giving themselves a confidence boost.
Absolutely. I think Eloise McKenzie's probably a prime example of a player that, played a bit of A1 hockey last year, but certainly looks very comfortable at the level now and quite dominant at times in the attacking 25. Very deep now at the moment though, McKenzie, from a striker's perspective.
Molly McEwen's another one. She played in my Clogline Vale Challenge team. Started off pretty hesitant, I'd have to say, and by the end we gave her Player of the Match one game, so we're just so happy with her improvement and her effort. It's great to see.
So we'd love to hear your comments for Player of the Match tonight, so don't be afraid to chuck a comment down below with your Player of the Match, and if you want to recognise a young gun for a great performance as well, feel free to. That'll do us tonight, so 3-1 to Newtown, a solid victory over past tie, and we'll be back. Not next week. Next week's Good Friday, so we'll have the week off. We'll be back in a couple of weeks for our next A1 live streaming night. Thanks, Kirsty, for your contribution.
Thank you, Cookie.
And good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, everyone.